Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are starting another part of this mountain, and that's why we're just going through this quick little time lapse. Done with the replay mod. If you guys ever want to download it, there's a link down in the description as well. And that's what's allowed me to do this. So basically, the plan here is that I wanted to extend these mountains over like I was talking about. And in fact, I wasn't planning on it being this close to the village, but I don't really mind where I've ended up putting these. So I've gone ahead, I've just laid out some scaffolding. Not really scaffolding, I guess. It's more just a layout of where I want the mountains to be, and now I'm just outlining spots and then filling them in. That's the way I find building these things the easiest, take it that way. And I'm also leaving a little bit of a gap for me to build in this little part at the bottom here where the war armory area is as well. So as we go through this, I'll discuss what's going on in this episode. So I'm going to build this mountain. I'm going to build a fairly boring looking mountain at first, and you may be wondering why I'm doing such a boring looking mountain, and that's purely because I'm going for the shape. I'm going for the overall look of and feel of the mountain, and then we're going to start adding in a bit more stuff like what we've got down in the bottom left corner over there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do something I've been waiting to do for a very, very long time, and I'm going to be very, very happy to have finally got rid of this. And then after that, we're going to start building the war room area down there. And what I'm thinking of for that is just down on the right hand side of it. I want to extend that out just a little bit more to the right, not too far. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down a little bit more and possibly into the mountain towards where I've built it over there. And the reason for that is I've got a lot of stuff I want to put in there, which I discussed in the last episode, but there's a really cool thing which I think you guys are going to really like, and that is the nether portal, which we're going to add in there today, because there's no nether portal to this area. And the one I want to add in there today is going to be hidden, and it's going to look really, really cool. So keep an eye out for that. Because as I mentioned in the last one, if you guys enjoyed the one that we put in the last village with that little elevator to get us up to the top, hidden in the mountain, hidden in down the well, this one's going to be even cooler. In some way, in some weird way. Very different, but still just as cool, hiding the nether portal. And besides that, we are going to, as I say, get rid of something I've wanted to get rid of for a long time, and that is that house in the bottom right-hand corner as you enter this village, which isn't on camera right now, but the reason I want to get rid of that house is it doesn't fit the style I'm going for now. I wasn't happy with the way it came out the whole time I was building it, so I'm going to get rid of it, most certainly. Another thing, unrelated to that topic, but I want to quickly tell you guys now before I forget, next episode, which should be tomorrow, is episode 20. This is episode 19. And the reason I'm saying that is it's a very cool episode. For you guys who are new to the channel, for you guys who haven't kept up with the last series, this is a very cool episode because every 20 episodes, so episode 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, you know how it goes. Keep it going. And on that number, we do a world tour with shaders because shaders make the world look amazing. And not only that, we also do a world download. So if you guys, in fact, I've got a lot of people asking me to download the world. So if you guys want to download the world, there will be a download in the next episode. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be down in the description. You guys can click on the link, download the world, and enjoy it. Have fun with it. So a lot of projects aren't going to be finished, but we'll discuss that in the next episode as well. It's not really too important. Now, enough about that. Have a look at what we've got from down the bottom here. Now, I know that it does look very, very bland and grey and large, but trust me, by the end of this, I'm going to make this significantly better. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and add in a lot of the details and also just fix up the shape a little bit. Like, look at that. You see that piece there? That's a bit too square. So once we get all this stuff added in, it's going to look a lot better. Also, another thing is, I'm going to be using a lot of snow blocks, the entire snow block. So the top is actually going to be a little bit higher and pointier than what it is right now. So I've got to account for that. So do not fear, it will be fixed. Everything will be fixed on that. So now, by the way, walking in here looks very, very awesome. And also, there's still a lot more mountains to add in, but this is good for now. So walking in here, look at that. Just feel that. As you're walking in, it's feeling like it's a lot more safe, this village, you know what I mean? In between these mountains, there'll be mountains over on this side. It'll feel very, very secure, and it'll also make it very obvious why it has to defend itself, you know what I mean? It's only got one area that people can come in. That's what I'm thinking. That's my thought with this. But let's get started on this over here, this area in here, where we left off in the last episode. So, what I was saying I was going to do, and I purposely haven't gone too far in here because I knew I was going to get rid of a lot of it, But what I want to go ahead and do now is just add in the floor area and also plan out where I'm going to be putting everything for good. So the nether portal idea, as I say, is going to be a pretty cool idea. And I've got to do a little bit of work for that. Not too much. But we got to get a few things done. So let me just plan this out here, right? So I've got these here. We want the floor to come down to this level. We'll probably want a nether portal in over here, from what I'm thinking. And it only has to really be 3 wide. We'll just put that over there. Before I put more obsidian blocks in. Do I want it there? Maybe a little bit off to the side, or a little bit off to this side. I want to do it. I want to do that there, just to break up this area a little bit, because else we're going to have everything sort of symmetrical, and I don't want that. I want everything to be broken up in this build, and that will help it out a lot. So as we come in here, bam, we'll have one of them over there. We'll have some stuff over here. So a bit of an update now. It is pretty much now planned out. So let me go out the back here. Look at that. We've got this as the furthest point that's going to be looked at from the outside. But on the inside, there's a lot of different things, and a few things I've never actually played around with much. So the dark oak is not going to be going through everywhere. We're going to change up a few things here. So do not worry about the floor. That will change. But what I've planned out here is this is where that table is going to go that I was planning on. This over here is going to be a major pillar, which I think we could do quite a bit with. We're going to get rid of that over there as well. And this over here is the portal, but it's not finished. It's not finished, but that's where the portal's going to go. And that's pretty much it. Besides the fact that I want to have a fireplace in over here. That's the only other thing that we want to do. And I may as well actually just mark it out with a few of these, just so I don't forget when I'm building that I want to add one of those things in. And that's actually an even number, which is not actually bad for a fireplace. So then we go up this way, and I'll show you what we got going. So this obviously was from the last episode, the spiral staircase, up into the room that I was talking about. And this is the size of the office, which was actually quite a large office. And I wasn't expecting it to look this big, but when I think about it, we're going to be putting in a wall over here like that. It's going to make it a lot smaller. And also, not only that, we don't actually need to have it too large. So we'll go up here. There we go. Walk our way out here. And I'm going to have to work out how this is going to work. But this is where I was planning on just having some stairs. And you can come out here and look out over everything. I think it's going to look very cool. I think so. I think it's got a lot of really cool things. And another little bit of a little interesting thing that I'm doing here is I'm leaving this spot over here blank. However, it's going to actually be part of the building. So this over here is going to have a wall here, wall over here. But in there, that's just going to be a blank, empty space, filling up the area just so that this area over here is a little bit smaller. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and add in walls, add in a few other things which are going to be part of the planning. And then we can start adding in a few different details to this place. All right, so this was not intended, but I do not know what's happening here. Look at this. You guys ever had this? Maybe this is an Optifine bug. But oh, it doesn't happen when I log it, when I zoom in. Look at that. Even there. Very weird. Very weird things are going on here. The ender chest has got a see-through lid. These beds' legs are over here. Oh. That is so strange. Alright, so I haven't actually done everything that I was planning on doing, but I guess this is a good time to bring you guys back in. Having a look at what I'm doing. Let's just step back right around here and just look at it. Now, kind of get a view of what we going on here, what we got going on. We've got this roof over here, which is nice and pointy. This one here is also pretty similar. I've got this little... Really? I've got this little piece over here, which I've put over the doorway, the entrance. We're going to have to fill that in a little bit as well. But now what I'm thinking of is bringing these roofs up to here and another one coming up to there. And I think that could look pretty good. So let me take a step back right over here. Bam. That'll work pretty well. By the way, guys, if I'm sounding a little bit extra nasally or something today, I've got a cold because it is, of course, winter here in Australia. And I'm actually not too sure how I got it. I've been in the house making videos and streaming all week. So I really don't know what's going on with it. But you know what? We'll continue. We'll keep pushing on. So what I've got going on here is I've put in this wall here. I've done a bit more planning for the roof. And as I said, I was going to put the walls in, but it turns out I didn't do all of that. But I'm feeling like maybe it's a good time to actually go over to the roof. Okay, things are moving very fast. So I thought I'd quickly come in just to show you exactly what's going on. So first of all, here we go. This is what we're looking at. Actually, I just realized I've got to get that piece in over there. So the roof is looking pretty damn sweet. And I've cut out a few clips. I actually recorded a clip before this. But as I said, I'm very, very nasally, and I apologize for that if I sound like that. I know I know it's an Australian thing, but it's extra today because, of course, as I say, it's winter, and I've got a little bit of a cold. But today's actually tomorrow, or yesterday was the day I recorded the last clip. So I didn't release yesterday's episode purely because this was as far as we got. We got up to the roof, and I was not happy with what was happening. It just wasn't working. So I decided to take a little step back, look at this, and this is what we're going to be doing. We've got this roof going on here, and it might look a little bit weird actually from this angle, but we're never going to look at it from this angle. We're going to look at it from down here, which is where I was looking at the roof, and that is what I like. Look at that shape. There's only one small issue, which is minor, and it's this little piece over here. You can see the roof isn't quite as smooth there, but I can fix that. I can fix that. Just give me some time. It'll be fixed. But, I know I've said, that's like the theme of this episode. I'll fix it. just wait, I'll fix it. That's pretty much the phrase of the episode. So, what I've done inside here is, of course, I've done that roof. I've done the walls, mostly. And I've got to just chisel away where I want this mountain to be and where I don't want it to be. So, over here, this is actually going to be, as I said, underground. You can see that's where the mountain's coming. It's not actually part of this, so I'm going to have to bring the mountain up to about there. Which isn't a trouble at all. Then what I've got to do is I'm going to put in a little bit of a roof over here, like a nice curve going all the way to this end here. And I'll probably curve it around and pull it around here as well with some really nice looking little details on for the arches that will go in between there. That's the plan for that. Then also, as you come down here, of course, you'll have a little bit of a railing. And as you come up here, we've got the office, which as you know, I've been doing some work on. Here we go. Make sure there's no mobs up there. Perfect. And I'm going to put in a railing over here so you can look down here, but you also will have the office. So it kind of opens it up a little bit. There'll be a wall up there, maybe even a window over there. That's probably not a bad idea. Maybe, I was thinking of a window here, but I don't think it'll work. And then a doorway here. So it's a very rough build, and as you can see, it's taken me a lot of time, but I think it's well worth it in the end. And of course, typical me, decide to take on two large builds in the same episode, because why the hell not? So, the giant mountain, the giant build, let's go for it. Progress time, look at that. Roof is done, not at the top, but over here down at the bottom. Roofs and walls and pretty much everything is ready to get moved in on here. Even a fireplace, a nice cozy fireplace, which needs a fire. And probably a little bit of monitoring. That would probably be a very good idea. So I'm thinking I might just put a little something up here for a mantelpiece, but we'll leave that for now. I think that looks really, really good. It's actually pretty much the same design as what we used in the bar, but I love that design so much that I had to... anything I build here wouldn't look good. So this is what I've gone with. Now, this portal over here, what I'm thinking is, what I want to do is I want to make a hidden portal, of course. And I want to put a little bit of a map room over here where I've got maps that you can walk right through, because you can actually walk through maps. So I'll show you how we're going to do it. And that way, you won't see the portal. You'll come out of the portal, pretend you've come over from the nether. You'll come out through the portal, walk up here, and you're in the village, ready to go. And it's kind of concealed, but it still connects everything up to it. And oh, actually, I forgot this. Look at this. I was pillaring up just randomly, and I've done this specific combination so many times. But I like this little detail. Look at this. So as you go up, this looks like it's a bit of a rope tied around this. I might even try it with a bit of oak. Thought it was a really neat little thing. Just something randomly. And I think I'm going to use that for something very, very soon. So, there we go. Let's get that. And by the way, I've got a graveyard of elytras. I've got to show you guys this at some point. There's an absolute graveyard of elytra around my base. So, let me just double check. I thought I had some maps around here somewhere. Okay, looks like I don't. I'm pretty sure there won't be any further than that. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and just do that. Do that. 6 maps. We actually need 9. Okay, so we need to get... I think I had more iron over here. I've just clicked that map. That was unintentional. Hopefully I don't do any more. Cool. Alright, so I need another 9 of these. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go exploring this area. And we'll get a few maps. I'm not going to make them very big maps. Because obviously they'll take a lot more time. And not only that, it also, I don't think, will add anything too much. Alright, so I think these maps are actually going to be very, very good size. These are just the basic map, scaling it 1:1 over here, and I think that's going to leave a lot of room for detail, like around this area. Look at that. That's going to make a pretty cool looking map against the wall. This isn't really a map that we're using for specifically that area to be useful. I think it's more just to look really, really good. So I'm planning on this being the bottom area, which is where we are. This is pretty much just in that area there that I've already done. So I've done that part, this part, And I'm probably going to go over another chunk that way instead of going over that way. There's nothing really that way. But while we do this, I thought I might as well take a little bit of time to thank you guys for the really, really awesome support on our most recent endeavor, I guess, which is doing a few tutorials, which is really, really cool to see. And it's basically what we are doing is we are going around through a few different builds on our world, or eventually some builds that I've come up with, which I've got many builds that I've got sitting in a creative world waiting for tutorials. So when they eventually come up, we'll be going through them, and it's just really, really cool to see that a lot of people build them, a lot of people get some use from them, and that just brings a smile to my face. That's really, really awesome, and I wanted to say thank you to you guys for that. The other thing is that, let me just stop here. A little bit of a heads up on the next episode. So the next episode is normally a fairly large episode for us. We go through a lot of stuff, and we kind of, anybody who hasn't caught up with the series will be completely caught up in the next episode. And not only that, you also kind of get caught up on the next 20 episodes in the next episode, because I'll go through and discuss what I've got on my mind that I did complete and what I wanted to complete, what I didn't end up completing. You know, I mean, just a lot of stuff like that. Which one was the map? Now I'm losing track of which map I'm in. Okay, I need that one. Let me just get rid of this one, and I can get rid of the rest of them. Let me just keep that there. Cool. And I've got to just make sure I don't duplicate maps. There we go. Like that. Bam. Wonderful. Okay. So, oh man, we just don't get the village in. Oh, look at that. Like, right over there on the map. That's where the village starts, just over there. If the map carried on like that, I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to go any further than that. But yeah, basically, I'll go through all the ideas that I had in the last, in the last 20 episodes. I say, well, you know what? I thought this wasn't good. I enjoyed this. I didn't enjoy that so much. And go through things that I want to fix. And then also, what you guys thought about it and what you guys want me to do. So if you guys have got anything you would like me to discuss in the next episode, what you think should be in the next 20 episodes, let me know. I mean, if it's a new village, if it's something else, let me know. I'd love to know, because of course that is something that's quite important. And not only that, I'll go through all my ideas, and I've got a lot of ideas. So if ever you guys want to see something in this world, let me know, because I do this series a lot of the time for like what I want to build, and mostly also for you guys. I mean, it is a YouTube series, and I love to see ideas come through and at least give it my spin when you guys give me an idea at least. So let's check that out. We should be good for this one. Perfect. Perfect. All right. And by the way, I've got a massive elytra graveyard, which I have to show you. Whoa. These maps are dangerous things that I have to show you guys. I had no idea that elytra could actually go down to a 1 durability. So go to next to breaking. I was always too scared to test it out because I didn't want to waste a pair of elytra. So I never tried that out until yesterday, when I was like, you know what? I'm just going to lose it. Like, I don't care about it anymore. I've got so many elytra. I'm just going to leave them. And yeah, that I found something else out. So that was news, and I've got a whole graveyard of these things. But that brings me to the most important thing, which is I really need to get mending. So I've started keeping an eye out for more zombie villages, so that when we eventually do come across one, we will be able to catch it and start our villager farm. We've got one already trapped in the nether, and I want some. Oh man, that's looking very bulky. We're gonna have to do something about that. Yeah, that is. I haven't actually come in from this area, but yeah, we're gonna have to do something about the bulkiness of that. That's not gonna work. Not a problem. We can fix it, but it's definitely not gonna stay like that. So let's head on down here. And I don't have everything that I needed. Okay, great. All right, I'll quickly grab it. So basically, this map thing is going to be held up by signs, and the whole idea is that you can walk through a sign. First of all, as many of you will know. Here we go. Here's some signs, and I guess we could take some of those. So yeah, you guys know that we can walk through a sign. But the cool thing is, and also obviously maps, the cool thing with this is we're going to be able to walk through them both ways, and it's going to hide everything as well. So it's going to be a really, really cool thing, and it's something a little bit more different to what we've done before, and I just don't have enough. There we go, one more. Really, we fall one short. Let's do that. And that there. Wonderful. Perfect. All right, now it's the fun part, making the puzzle fit. So we'll go through here, and hopefully we haven't forgot anything. But I think this is a kind of cool idea, and I want to continue this through the world. I mean, we've got the first overworld one, which is just in the other village, and that one is completely hidden. You know, I mean, it's in a cave, which is a little bit different. I thought it was kind of cool. Oh, I can actually do it from here. I can place it on that one. I didn't want to place one against that wall, so there, and kind of don't want this at an angle. Just for me to feel... That is so weird. That is actually so weird the way you put things down when you are using one of these things. Okay, I've got a D on that one. I can't have that. There's just some part of me that will know it all the time. So I've got to get rid of these things. And let me just go up one more level and see how this looks. So, really? Okay, there we go. Okay, there's another one that... You know what, we'll just leave these here for now. And that's got it. Okay. That is going to annoy me. Well, let's just, for the sake of it, pretend that that isn't there, and I'll fix it after this clip. So, if I place this on here, I should be able to, yep, there. And I know it's a little bit weird, and it doesn't make complete sense why these would be there. There we go. But you'll see what I mean now. Let's do that. And this map here is... Let me just get that out of the way. This map is, I'm guessing, over here. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. This one is... No? Okay, that's what I say. This is a puzzle. It might seem pretty obvious to you guys, but trust me, when you're behind here, it's a little bit more confusing. Okay, well, this one's easy. This one's going to go here. And you can't actually see the whole village, so that's a pity. I might have to change that up. I didn't actually think that much of it, but I might miss out the whole village, which is not a good thing. Okay, so I'll be back once I've got this up here. And starting off, you can see we've got a big growth on the top there. I've got to fix that up, but do not worry. Most important thing, the most important thing is, that is gone. Look at that. We finally do not have... Oh, am I messing this view up? We are finally free of this house. This has been the bane of my existence for the past few weeks, and I'm finally glad to say it is successfully destroyed. It's gone. It's not coming back. We're going to do something much better there. But yes, that is gone. And it's fantastic. And it feels great. So what I've got going on here is I thought I'd try a chimney out. And let me step back here. Let me just show you what's going on. The chimney, I don't know. I like the design of it. I think it needs to go down. Personally, let's check how this works. I think I can make this work very, very easily. Oh, I've overthrown it. Yep, there we go. And nice. Perfect. All right, so this chimney over here, I think this design will work if I go down a little bit. So let me take that away and put... I not have everything in the right spot. There we go. I'll put that over there. One there, and we'll have to just get rid of these here. Should be easy enough to just copy this over. And while we do this, I'll talk to you about what I've done and what my plans are. So, in the next stream, I'm going to do a little bit of terraforming around this area, because obviously we've got this really big mountain over here. It's not completely finished, and I do want to get it a little bit closer to finished. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of that in the next stream. So if you guys want to join me for a bit of terraforming, that should be the day after this video comes out. So a few hours after this video comes out, keep an eye out for another video announcing when the stream's going on. I'd love to see you guys there. And not only that, we will be... I mean, that won't be the only thing we do, but we will do a bit of that to get a little bit ahead of it. But I've also got a very, very cool idea for the world tour. So keep an eye out for that. I'll announce it in the world tour video, but I think it's going to be a fun thing. I've never done this before, but it's to do with you guys downloading the world and having a little bit of fun in it. So definitely stick around for that. I think that's going to be really, really cool. So do not forget about the next one. Okay, now what am I doing here? What did I do in the next level? I think I did something like that. Was that right? Something like that? I think it was something like that. If not, we're creating new things as we go. Okay, there, maybe a bit of that, and a bit of that, and then some of that, and that there. Let's try it out. And let me just do the quick check. Shouldn't be an issue, I don't think, in terms of destroying stuff, although you never know. I don't know. I think it's a bit too tall still. I'll leave it on there for now, but I think it's a little bit too tall. Now, also, by the way, I've got to show you an update on the maps. I goofed quite a bit. Turns out the maps I did were the wrong maps. I have like 3 of those and 3 of those or something like that. So, oh, what's going on? I've actually got to still fix that up. Let me just do that there and that there, because the lighting is looking pretty funny on... There we go. That's much better. Very bright. I'll adjust the lighting down a little bit, but that's alright. That's good. Yeah, look at that. I managed to get the whole village in as well. Because I had to redo stuff. But that'll work. That works very, very well. I've got that, and I've got the table that has to still be done down here. So there's still a lot of work to be added into this thing. And before I forget, we've also done a bunch of stuff over here. Now, this is kind of cool. I came up with this, and I thought, you know what? This thing's going to fit very, very well. And that is this shield-looking window over here. Because remember how I said, well, I didn't really like the look of it? I think the shield window fits very, very well. Because it almost means, you know, I mean, this is like the defense of the city. So it kind of plays in very, very well to that. And not only that, it also has a pretty cool shape. I thought it hid the window pretty well. Look at that. There we go, from the inside as well. As I say, this area is going to eventually be changed into the office, but I haven't had enough time to do everything. And it's one of those things that as I'm going through now, I'm realizing the change of my building style. Because if you guys are familiar with my last Let's Play, I had a very different way of building things. I was building things a lot smaller, nowhere near the scale that we're building now. And I love the scale that we're going at now. I love building these big things because I'm getting to add so much more detail than I could ever have added in my last ones. And what I've got to continuously remind myself is that I can't necessarily finish a build every single episode completely as I used to, because there's just so much more. Like, every build I take now is significantly more time. Like, significantly, actually. Like, a crazy amount. Take it that way. If I have to say it anymore, a crazy, crazy amount. I forget about that, and it's definitely well worth it, but I've just got to consider that when I'm thinking about why the hell is this not finishing? Why is this project not done? It's because I'm taking a lot longer on a project, and the projects are coming out a lot better than before. So let me step around here. Yeah, that's definitely there, and it's lacking something. But it's definitely there. If you guys know what this thing needs, which I guarantee you guys will, so leave them down in the comments if you know what this thing needs. But for today, guys, I think this will probably do it for this episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've put a lot of work into this one, and it doesn't really look like too much, but trust me, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.